For one, living proof. So this is relatively easy to understand. It's living proof is used for a person, possibly an animal, but it's going to be a person most likely, who is actual proof of some idea or some quality, or their existence proves that is true. So when she brings it up, she talks about the American dream, which is also a vocabulary word. She says, I'm living proof of the American dream, basically is what she says. So she made it happen. If you look at her, you can see, it is true. You could use it for any idea or something. You could use it for a actual living, like some medical procedure or something. If it works, this is living proof that the medical procedure can work. I am living proof that you can beat cancer. In those instances, actually living kind of has a double meaning right there, because it actually survived something, but it doesn't have to be like that. I am living proof that my friend who speaks no Korean is living proof that you can live in a foreign country without speaking the language, like that. So, living proof. The person, their existence kind of sums up that example. Number 2, a fire lit under someone. So a fire lit under you, to light a fire under someone, to lit a fire under me. Sometimes maybe you could add to it lit a. It's not really a bad word. Sometimes people might say it lit a fire under my ass, right? Like a coach definitely you might say, this coach lit a fire under the player's ass, under his ass, right? Really motivated him. So that is the meaning. To light a fire under you, him, her, someone, is to motivate them, to make them start doing something. I mean, if you visually picture it, if I'm sitting down and suddenly there is a fire under me, what happens? I jump up and I start moving. I start doing something instead of just sitting there. To light a fire. So in an event or a person can light a fire under you, like a coach, or if you have really low sales in one quarter, that can light a fire under your sales team, and you start working harder. It makes you do something. Number 3, recur. So this just means occur again, again. Quite easy, to recur again. When I hear it, for some reason, the first thing I think of is like recurring dream, right? I keep having that dream again. Some recurring problem, or something. A lot of times it might be used if you go to the doctor. This is a word you might use if you go to the doctor. Some type of problem is recurring problem. Happening again and again repeatedly. Number 4, highly televised. This one is pretty easy to understand, quite specific. This one is quite specific. It's only going to be used talking about some television show or event. This one is particularly used for an event. Okay, you can use it like to say Game of Thrones is a highly televised series, or Friends was a highly televised series. But actually, when I see this phrase, I think of, like in the news, they will say something was highly televised, meaning everyone saw this on TV, right? It was something, when Hillary Clinton gave this speech, it was a highly televised speech. It wasn't some small speech that she gave at a university just to some students. No, this was a highly televised event. It's used with the word event a lot of times. This is a very highly televised event. I think of event more so than an actual show or something like that. Number 5, security blanket. So if you Google this or search this one, the first thing that came up is actually a little kid's blanket, right? Usually the word kind of nickname word that we have for that is blankie, right? Every kid has his blankie, her blankie. But when you think about that idea of a kid, why do they have that blanket? Because it makes them feel comfortable, it makes them feel safe, it gives them security. So you can use this phrase to describe anything that gives you security, that reduces anxiety. So it can be used for personal things like your security blanket. She uses it to talk about her job. That is her security blanket. She has had that job for 14 years, that gig of being on Mamma Mia. So she's probably talking about money, right? That is her, in terms of finances, that is her security blanket. If your company keeps some cash reserves in case there's some problem, that is kind of a security blanket. If I live in Korea but I keep my passport there in case some problem goes on, I can jump on a plane and go home. That is my security blanket. Anything that gives you a feeling of security and reduces anxiety. And then number 6, which she mentioned, American dream. So this is the idea that if you work hard, you can have a happy and successful life. So America kind of was based, especially originally, on many immigrants, people from Europe, people from Africa, Asia, wherever, coming to America to search for, to realize, to fulfill the American dream. Like they can get a job. Also, not necessarily, but when you hear this, maybe other things that go along, buy a house, start a family, stuff like that. These days, you might hear people say, oh, the American dream is dead, or the American dream is not real. It is a facade. So people argue about this American dream or something like that. It might mean, when you hear American dream, it might mean something different than it does to me. It's a little bit subjective. Okay, those are the